Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. I'm going to start another lecture of English language today. You all know that we are discussing different topics during the online classes of English language. And today I'm going to discuss another topic. This is English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 8. The topic is articles. we I want to discuss the rules, the examples, and the uses of different articles. First of all, I want to tell you that there are two kinds of articles. You should know that these are two kinds of articles. Number one is indefinite articles, and we are using two different articles in the heading of indefinite articles. Both of them are called indefinite article, a and n. The second kind of article is called the definite article, and it is the. There is only one definite article. Total articles are three, but these are under two headings. So you should not be confused that articles are three in number. If there is, if anyone is asked about the kinds, there are two kinds of articles. Now I want to share the uses and examples of different kinds of articles here. First of all, I want to show you the use of indefinite article, that is a. Okay. A is used before a singular noun beginning with a consonant. I hope you understand the letters which are consonants and which are the vowels. A, E, I, O, U are the vowels, and the remaining letters in the English alphabets, they are called consonants. Okay. So A is actually the word which is used for singular noun. Okay. Not more than one. It means for any one noun, we are using a before that, but the name of that noun should start with a consonant. Okay. The examples I'm showing here. For example, I purchased a new car. You can see that new car, N is the word which is which is used, and A is used before that, which is a consonant. Okay. Now, next example is we take a glass of milk daily. This is another example in which you can see that A comes before the word glass, in which G is a consonant. Next is another use of A is that A is used before a singular noun beginning with a vowel. Remember that it should begin with a vowel, but which has a consonant sound. It means it is used before those vowels which give a consonant sound when we uh, pronounce them. Okay. So you should be very careful that it can be used with only those vowels which has a consonant sound. Now examples I'm showing here. She studied in a university. You can see that U is a vowel, but A comes before it because U is giving the sound of Y. Okay, U, Y-O-U. U is giving the sound of Y. So we use A before that. Next example is he is a European. Again, you can see that E is a vowel, but A is used because it is giving the sound of Y again. European. Y-O-U-R like. Okay. Because you know that you and your, these are the words which start with Y, and Y is a consonant. So here you can see that university and European are those words which give the sound of Y. And actually these are vowels. Now I hope you are understanding these points. Now I'm showing you the use of indefinite article and. I have told you that N and A both are indefinite articles. An is used before a singular noun beginning with a vowel, full stop. Now here you can see that an, it is also used for singular nouns, and but it is used where the nouns begin with a vowel, like for A, E, I, O, U. Some examples I'm showing you here. My friend takes an egg in breakfast. Here you can see that egg, which is a singular noun, it starts with E. There is an ink pot on the table. Again, you can see that an is used before a noun which starts with the vowel I. Now there is another use of the article and I'm showing you here. An is used before a singular noun beginning with a consonant. Remember that it should begin with a consonant, but those consonants which has a vowel sound. It means that those consonants, when we pronounce them, they produce the vowel sound. We use an before that. Now, some examples I'm showing you here. She is an MA in English. You can see that M is actually the consonant, but when we pronounce it, it will be having the exam spelling AM, M. Okay, and because of that, it we are using N before that. Similarly, you can see that here. Another example, he is an MSc in chemistry. MSc, M is again a consonant, but it is giving a vowel sound when we pronounce it or when we write it in the spelling AMM. Okay, so we write the article N before that. Now you should be very careful that the uses of indefinite articles A and N are totally opposites. Okay, so you should be very careful that where to use an and where to use a. Now I come to the use of definite article, that is the. The is used before a proper noun. Okay, remember that the is used before a proper noun. Uh, Examples are here. Uh, I read the Daily Dawn. You can see that Daily Dawn is a newspaper and it is the name, so it is a proper noun. Where I have already written it with the capital letter, so I use the before it. There is another example. The Mediterranean Sea is sometimes rough. You can see that Mediterranean Sea is also a proper noun, so I have used the before that. Now, there is another use of the. The is used before the superlative degree of adjective. I hope you understand the superlative degree meaning, the third degree of adjectives like good, better, best. The best is the superlative degree of adjective. So we must use the before the superlative degree of adjectives. Now some examples I'm showing you here. I heard the most interesting story. Okay, most, it is the third degree of adjective, or you can say the superlative degree of adjective. The degrees are much, more, most. Okay, so most is the superlative degree and I use the before that. Next example is the Indus is the largest river of Pakistan. You can see that Indus is the proper noun, so I have used the before it. And here, for the example of superlative degree, you can see that largest is a superlative degree, so I have used the before it. Now, I hope you have understood the topic of articles. I have given you some important examples where the has to be used and a and n are used. Now we come to another topic, which is preposition. And you know that it is also a very important topic. We use different prepositions, but I am discussing the common prepositions here only. I'm not discussing all of them. First of all, there is a rule which is followed for all the prepositions. That is, prepositions must always be followed by a noun or a pronoun. It means after the prepositions in the word sentences, there must be a noun or a pronoun. Okay. So you should be very careful about that, about using those pronouns which I'm discussing here, because these are most common and there are some mistakes usually done because of their use. The most common prepositions are in, on, at, of, for, from, and to. I'm going to discuss these prepositions because these are very common and you should know the proper use of these prepositions. Now I'm showing you the uses of these prepositions and their examples here. First of all, I'm showing you the use of in. In is very common and you should know the use of in as a preposition. The first use is it indicates a location. So it is used to indicate a location. Some examples I'm showing you here. I found the word in the dictionary. You can see that dictionary, the word or in the sentence in is showing the location of the word in the dictionary. Next example is the ball is in the box. Again, you can see that in is showing the location of ball in the box. Next, there is another use of in to indicate color, shape, and size. It means it can be used to indicate the color, shape, and size of different objects here. Some examples I'm showing you here. This dress comes in 4 sizes. You know that it is giving the information about the size of the dress, and because of that I have used in. Next example in which I'm showing the use of in is that bag was in round shape. You can see that here the preposition in is showing the shape of the object, or you can say the bag here. Now I have told you in most of the cases that the prepositions are followed by noun or pronoun. So you can see that in these examples the prepositions are followed by the nouns. Okay. Now I'm showing you some more examples of you in and they this is the preposition which is most common. So I'm discussing some more uses of in. Another use is to indicate opinion and belief. Okay. Own opinion and belief of any person can be indicated by using the preposition in. Examples: I believe in hard working. Okay, you can see that it is showing in is showing the belief of the person. Another use of in is to specify month, season, and year. Here you can see that when we want to specify any month, any season, any year, any date, then we can use the preposition in. Some examples I'm showing you here. The new academic session will commence in March. Okay, you can see that I have specified a month here, March, and you can see that commence, it means begin, and you can see that in the next example, mangoes come in summer. That means this is the season has been specified here or mentioned here. So I have used in as a preposition. And you can see that mostly the prepositions are followed by nouns or the pronouns. Now I am showing you the use of another preposition, that is on. It is also very much important to refer a surface of something. It means it it shows the place of anything or showing the surface. Examples are here. The book is on the table. Okay, it means it is showing the placement of the book which is on the surface of the table. Next is the teacher writes on the whiteboard. It also shows here the place of the object or the surface of the object on the whiteboard. Next is to specify days and dates. Whenever we want to show the days and dates, we use the preposition on. The guests arrived on Saturday. You can see that Saturday is the day, weekday. So we use on before that. Next example is my friend was born on 15th August. Here you can see that a date has been mentioned. So we use the preposition on before that. Now I'm showing you the use of preposition at. This is another preposition which is used commonly. So you should know about its use. It is used to indicate a place. Okay. You all know about the place. What is a place? Examples are here. The passengers are waiting at the station. Now here you can see that at is used to indicate a place and station is a place. So we use at to show it. Next example is there is a man at the door. You can see that door is also a place. So it is showing that the man was standing at the door. So at is here used as a preposition. Next example which I'm showing you, or use of at, I'm showing you here to refer time. It means whenever we mention the time anywhere in the sentence, we use the preposition before at before that. Some examples I'm showing you here. We reached there at night. Night is a time, so we use the preposition at before that. They will meet me at 5 p.m. Again, you can see that here the time is mentioned, 5 p.m. So we use at before that to show the time. I hope you are understanding till here. We are discussing different prepositions and their uses with the examples. So please concentrate on the lecture and try to understand the uses of these prepositions. Now there are some more prepositions and I'm showing you the uses of those prepositions by giving different examples. Use of. There the of is used as a preposition here. So to indicate reference or relation, it shows the reference or the relation between two things. Okay. The examples are here. That is the top of the mountain. It means it is showing the relation between the top part of the of with the mountain. Of is used to show the relation of the part of the mountain with it. Next example is we are afraid of lions. You all know that it is also the example in which of is showing the relation that some person, some people are afraid of lions. Another example, another use of your of is that to specify a number or amount. Okay, whenever we want to show the number or amount of anything, then we use of as a preposition. Now some examples I'm showing you here. None of them will come tomorrow. None of them, it means it is showing the number of the persons that none of them will come tomorrow. Of is used as a preposition, and you can see that in most of the examples I'm showing you here that prepositions are followed by nouns or pronouns. Here it is a pronoun, them is pronoun. Next example is 1/4 of the money was stolen. You can see that 1/4 is showing the amount of the money. So of is used as a preposition to show the amount of the money here. I hope you have understood till here. Now I'm moving to some more prepositions. Use of for to indicate the reason. For is used to indicate the reason, to mention the reason anywhere in the sentence. Some examples are here. I am really happy for you. Now you can see that a person is happy for another person, and it is shown by using the preposition for. They were looking for their bags. Looking for their bags. For is used here because they want to find their bags. I think they have lost their bags, so they wanted to find them, and because of that, it is used here. For is used here as a preposition. Now there is another use of for, which is used to indicate duration or time. Okay, it is used the duration or time duration. You can see that, you can say that. Examples are here. He attended the session for 1 year. Okay, this time in which the duration of the time has been given, we use for. Okay, like you can see that 1 year duration of session has been given here in the sentence, so we use for as a preposition here to show the duration of time. Next example is the children played for 2 hours. Again, you can see that time limit is given here and the duration is of the time is given here. So I have used the preposition for, and it is the duration for the play, or you can say the games. Now there are some more prepositions which I want to discuss here. We have done different kinds of prepositions here, different and their uses by different examples. Now there is another preposition which I want to show you here. Use of from. It is used to state who gives, sends, or provides something. It means from is used to show if anyone is giving anything, anyone is sending anything, anyone is providing anything to somebody or to some other persons, then it is used to show as a preposition in the sentence. Some examples I'm showing you here. I took the book from him. It means somebody has taken the book from a boy, and because of that, it is written here. I took the book from him. From is a preposition which is used, and him is a pronoun which is used after it. They borrowed the dictionary from the library. Now, there is a library which is having, you know, that many books are present in the library. So the person has taken the book from the library. So it means library is the place which is used to provide the books to the people. And because of that, it is written that the dictionary has been taken from the library. Another use of from is to indicate beginning point of time of an action or state. Time of an action or state, an action or state means the verb, the action. You know that verbs are action words. So the beginning point of any action, it is shown by using the preposition from. If any action or state has been started from, so we use the preposition from for that. He walks from his home to the office daily. Full stop. You can see that the beginning point of the action, the walking of the person, is from his home. So it has been shown by the preposition from. Next is we will be away from Thursday to Sunday. It in this example, you can see the state has been shown here. That is, people are saying that they will be going somewhere from Thursday to Sunday. It means they will have to stay there till Sunday. So the beginning point of this state is Thursday, so we use from before that. Now I want to tell you that we have discussed different prepositions here. So please try to understand, do practice for them as well. And I'm showing you different examples. So please uh, concentrate and then understand the use of these prepositions. Now I'm showing you another preposition, that is use of to. It is just opposite of from, because it is also used to show the time of an action or state, but it indicates the ending point of time of an action or state, which I have told you that action words are the verbs. Okay, and ending point means whenever the action has been ended. Now the examples are here. The child counted from 1 to 10. That means the action starts from 1, but it ends to 10. So you know that 2 is used to show the end point of the action, ending point of the action. So I have used 2 here. You can see that from is also used here in this sentence, which is showing the beginning point of the time of the action. The action is counting. That is, the child is counting something. Another example is the student took the leave from Monday to Thursday. You can see that again the ending point has been shown by the preposition to, and the starting point, which is Monday, it has been shown by the preposition from. But you know that because I'm telling you the use of to, so I have underlined to only here. I have not underlined from, but it is also showing the beginning point. If you see in the last slide of from, you can see that I have not mentioned the ending point uh, here in the examples, and I have not underlined them. Like to is present in both the examples, because the beginning point and the ending point, both of the time of an action, they are written in the sentence um, with each other always, and you should understand that from and to come together in the sentence as a prepositions, because from is used to show the beginning point of an action and to is used to show the ending point of an action. Now you can see that in this example, from and to both are present. In the second example, from and to are present, from his home to the office, from Thursday to Sunday. And you can see here in this example, the child counted from 1 to 10. And here from Monday to Thursday, the student took the leave from Monday to Thursday. That means from and to always come together, and we should be very careful about the beginning point and the ending point of the time of an action and state. Okay, I hope you have understood everything which we have discussed today. We have discussed the uses and examples of articles, and you should remember, I'm reminding you again and again, that articles are of two kinds, and the indefinite articles are actually two in number, that is a and n, and the definite article is only one, that is the. There are some other uses of these three articles which we have discussed here, but I have shown you the most important uses of these articles. Similarly, I have discussed some of the prepositions here. You should know the use of preposition. These are very much important, and these two are very important topics, articles, the use of articles and the use of prepositions. These two are very important topics, so you should be very careful about using the articles and the prepositions. Now we have discussed some of the prepositions only, but there are more prepositions which can be used, so we will discuss them. There are some more prepositions like away from. You can see that we can use from here, and we have the other prepositions like upon, above, behind, beside, adjacent. All of these are prepositions, and these are also commonly used, but I have shown you those prepositions which can be used in more than one um, uh, there are these are used in more than one space, and because of that I have shown you the most simple ones. I hope you have understood. Now do practice of these prepositions. There are many exercises given in different books. You can take different exercise from the net as well, and do the practice for using of these prepositions and the articles. There are different topics which we will discuss again in English language section. And now remember to practice all of them because these are very much important. There are some other topics and other parts of the speech which are very much important. So you should know about other parts of speech as well, where to use and how they are used. Like you know that conjunctions are very much important, interjections are very much important, and we have discussed in the last lecture about the punctuation marks. You should be very careful about using the punctuation marks. These are so important topics which we have discussed here and in the previous lectures as well. I will upload the video of this lecture in the on the Google Classroom. So go through this video, and if you have got any confusion, then find the solution of that confusion from the video. You will understand more if you will see again and again. Now I want to discuss about one more thing, that you should have a rough notebook with you whenever you are taking the lecture or taking the class, because if you have got any points, then you can r- note down them in the notebook, and at the end of the lecture you will be allowed to ask the questions. So please, if you have got any question, any problem, then you will go through the video and then find the answers. We will discuss some more topics of English language here on the Google Classroom. So kindly join the class on time, because if you are late, then you will miss some of part of the lectures. So it will be difficult for you to understand the topic. You should be there on time and from the beginning of the lecture. Now there are some more topics which we will discuss in the English language syllabus. We have already discussed the application writing and the formal letter writing. So please go through the videos and try to understand and learn the pattern of formal letter as well as application. There is very little difference between the formal letter and application writing. So please be careful about those patterns. You should learn the patterns because they are very important, application writing and formal letter writing. Now I want to remind you that I have discussed some prepositions only, not all, and because these are more common and you should know the use of these prepositions, so please be careful. Now we will meet inshallah in the next class. Allah Hafiz.